This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. You chose to hit play on this podcast today. Smart choice. Progressive loves to help people make smart choices. That's why they offer a tool called Auto Quote Explorer that allows you to compare your Progressive car insurance quote with rates from other companies. So you save time on the research and can enjoy savings when you choose the best rate for you. Give it a try after this episode at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
I was forgotten, and you reached out to me.
As Jesus says, whatever you do for the least of these, you do unto me. Support a child in his name through Compassion International at compassion.com/unto me.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Welcome back to another episode of Fringe
Beyond Limits.
Hi, guys.
Hey, Frank. Hey, Bree. How's it going?
Hi.
So, how was your guys' week?
It's just a bad week. Work's fun. Just
All right. I swear to God, I don't know how do you have an internal monologue?
Some people don't. Some people really don't.
Jesus Christ. What?
I can't think of stuff in
No,
my
you
head.
can't think. Did the hamster fall off the wheel?
It did, actually.
Did it get it the fuck back on?
No.
Jesus.
Yeah,
I hate thinking it's too much effort.
Yeah.
God. All right. So we have a special people/person. I mean, like, would a couple be considered singular?
Speakers.
Or would it be like two separate people, right?
Two separate people.
Okay. All right. Well, we have on this week David and Karen. Guys, welcome. How are you?
Hi.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Happy to be here.
Awesome. So we started a little thing. I'm sure since you guys unfortunately have listened before and still agree to come on. I don't understand why.
Gluttons for punishment.
But we usually start off with like an article. And we started doing something a little bit differently. We started talking about the things that keep you up at night. So I would love to hear something that keeps you either both up at night or individually up at night.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
That's a question no one's asked me before.
Well, there might be more.
Now it's going to keep me up all night.
How to answer this question?
How to answer this question and still go to sleep in about 2.5 hours.
Right.
Good luck.
Do you want to go? Do you have anything?
I mean, I can tell you that I'm middle-aged. I know I look like I'm 27, but I'm middle-aged. And so I'm to the point where I worry about retirement.
Mm-hmm.
All my thoughts are taken care of, and I'm not a young man, so that's always on my brain. That's what keeps me up at night.
Okay. All right. And you do look like you're 26, actually, like a 26-year-old Mr. Belvedere.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Karen, does that keep you up at night as well?
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a similar thought. Like 2 nights ago, I couldn't sleep because I was trying to figure out how I would ever be able to afford a house in this economy. So that was great. I'm also terrified of spiders. That could keep me up. So
All right.
Like, are you afraid that they're going to crawl on you when you're sleeping, or just in general?
When I was much younger, I would say like 20 years ago or so, I was sleeping in an old farmhouse kind of in southern Illinois, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I felt 2 pairs of 8 legs crawl up my legs, and they were brown recluses.
No.
And ever since then, I have been terrified. And they
I
didn't
don't
bite
blame
me,
you.
thank God. But like that was it. Never again.
I'm
And it's like
terrified of
the,
spiders too, so I totally understand.
and not just any spider, like the Mac Daddy of spiders.
Yeah, right. Like this is gonna fuck you up.
I'm definitely not gonna be able to sleep tonight. Thank you.
Okay, so you have something. You'll talk about this next week.
So I'm going to have to go on a limb and say, if I wake up and I feel something crawling up my leg, I just sit there and pretend like nothing's happening because I am waiting for it to get to the promised land.
You're just hoping it's Missy.
I don't care who it is.
You don't care.
I mean, listen, if I wake up and somebody is servicing me, I don't open my eyes. I don't care who it is. I'm just getting serviced.
Nope. Okay.
Am I the only one? I mean,
yeah, you're the only one.
I think you are.
All right.
Yeah.
Not even Dave?
I don't sleep. That's my
Oh.
I'm one of those weird 4 hours a night sleepers, and that's what I do.
Oh,
All right.
man.
All right. Well, so am I. I only sleep maybe 6 hours. I'm with you there. So maybe we'll just stay awake together and hold each other.
There you go.
I mean, that's an option.
You guys can cuddle on the couch.
Awesome. All right.
Rochambeau for Big Spoon, Little Spoon.
Yeah, we can do that.
Dave's Big Spoon.
Okay.
You know,
I think that's Frank's preferred too.
we're going to have to arm wrestle this out. All right. So you guys are married. You guys live in Chicago.
Yes.
And you guys are also paranormal investigators.
We are.
I guess we are. Yeah. We kind of put a list of like. I guess we've done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
All right. What stuff have you guys done in and out of the bedroom?
Jesus. You don't need to answer that.
I think the one of the things that really it's nice to have shared interests, right?
Mm-hmm.
with your partners, and I think the paranormal is one thing that we both early on knew that we were both interested in, and then we have a good kind of we're excited about one thing, and then we kind of keep compiling on it, so we kind of pull each other into these things and build each other up, and then we ended up we started going to a lot of locations and doing ghost investigations, and then we've kind of been keeping on doing that. And then in addition to investigating, we also just go to weird, that not even necessarily paranormal, but we went to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, to the alleged sighting of Mothman, to the Mothman Museum. We went to the International Paranormal Museum in this little tiny town in Kentucky. We've done a few, this is Bigfoot sightings kind of things. So we're kind of all into the weird unknown, if that makes sense.
Love it. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, just
Karen actually has a degree in archaeology. So, I mean, she digs old bones. So there's her bedroom joke. I kind of got that already in her background. And I've always had an interest in the paranormal and the occult. So I do a lot of history reading as well, Civil War. So a lot of the sites we go to actually has a lot of that attached to it.
Yeah.
So has this just been an interest that you guys have had both separately and together, or did you guys kind of come across this interest while you guys were together?
I think we're both sensitive in different ways, and we kind of complement each other as far as that goes. Karen is always speaking to people, and I'm more empathetic as far as I can feel the rooms. I'm more of an energy person myself, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So we kind of complement each other very well.
And I think before we were together, like I said, being a former archaeologist, like I was into the history of things, and definitely was fascinated by, paranormal and occult stuff before we were together. Absolutely. So then it was just kind of like, early on when we were dating, it's like, oh, you you like this weird stuff and I can talk about things and you're not gonna, you still want to go out on another date after we have these conversations. So that was nice.
Keeper.
And the book I just finished last week was on Sumerian gods in Mesopotamia. Like, who reads that?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I was just reading about. So it just adds to the knowledge base.
Oh yeah, we were at Salem too. Did you have that? You have that on the list?
So, all right. So that's awesome. So I think the three of us, I think I have dove a little bit deeper into the all around array of cryptids, occult, Sumerian, whatever history. And that is all awesome to me. So if you had to pick one genre to research for the rest of your days, what would that be?
Oh gosh.
I know.
It's all fun. It's all
hard-hitting
interesting.
questions. Choo-choo.
No, it's hard. I mean,
Thank you for noticing.
Ayo. I've always been very, very into ancient Egyptian history, ancient Egyptian mythology, things like that. I've been to Egypt before. I dug in Egypt, and that was kind of always my love. But I think I'm just fascinated by history in general, and then learning again, kind of my archaeology and my historian aspect of it is just you go somewhere and you learn the history, and also when it comes to paranormal and supernatural, I also like to debunk things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm a big fan of like, all right, you guys are full of shit and this is why you're full of shit, so
Right.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm ever going to pick one area to focus on.
Okay.
I definitely prefer, I think older, like I would not be excited to go and do an investigation in something in the 70s and 80s because I was alive then. And I think that's kind of weird, like to know that there's been dark history like in my lifetime. So I always tend to be like, let's go to Civil War sites. Let's go to late 1800s, early 1900s and things like that. I don't know, especially when you start looking at all of these places, and you go into like the asylums and the institutions and you're like, they were torturing people until 1997. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Like cognitive dissonance has to kick in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in Ireland, I think birth control was illegal until 97. So I mean, just to kind of like put time frame into stuff that's happened around the world, it's just fucking crazy.
Right, exactly.
So I did not know that you had a background in archaeology and that you have done sites like that. So you've been to Egypt?
I have. Yeah, that was probably my most exciting thing I've been to. Yes, I have a degree in archaeology, and I was a professional archaeologist for quite a few years.
That is awesome.
It was great. It was amazing when it was, and then the problem is for all of the the budding archaeologists that follow your podcast.
Hundreds.
The problem is that there's no money, and there still is no money, and it's very seasonal, very temporary. When your gig is done, your gig's done. You don't get insurance, you don't get time off, you don't get retirement, and even I still kind of have my finger on the pulse, and I get the the ads for jobs still through my email, even though I haven't done it for so long. And like just recently, there was like, something on the East Coast, and they're like, it's going to be 3 months work and pay is $14.50 an hour. And you have to have a master's degree and 5 years experience. And, and that's what it is. And the only way that you can really have a career in this is if you go the academic route, you stay in school, you get your PhD, you apply for federal grants, and that's a long con, So I did a lot of archaeology through the Midwest, through the Southeast, and then I did a couple weeks in Egypt in the early 2000s, which was pretty amazing. And then while I was over there, obviously got to go and see all the see all the fantastic and amazing things there too.
So I'm gonna have to ask.
Are you gonna ask what I want to ask?
Probably not. So you should probably go first.
Oh, I'm curious if you ever took anything home from a dig. Maybe you're not allowed. Allegedly. Have you ever allegedly?
No, I can say that without hesitation. No, I never.
Okay.
The only thing that I took from Egypt, which actually I found out later was illegal. So hopefully the Egyptian government isn't listening to your podcast.
They all do.
Yeah. So I had a Pepsi bottle and I filled it with sand from outside of Abu Simbel, which was the temple in the southernmost part of Egypt. And I took a little bottle of sand, but otherwise, no, I've never kept anything that I was digging professionally. Absolutely not. And especially, when it comes to dealing with, human remains and things like that, it's an immediate, you turn that stuff over.
Sure. Well, that's good to know because everywhere I travel, I usually collect a little bit of sand or dirt.
She collects bodies.
I don't collect bodies, but
yeah,
allegedly,
nail here and there.
So my question was, since you are a professional archaeologist, did you get to see the pyramids in Giza as well as the Sphinx by chance?
Yeah, I went into the Great Pyramid. So when I went over there, they were still open.
Oh wow!
So I got to go into the Great Pyramid, and then you couldn't go close up to the Sphinx, but I was there for the Sphinx. I also went into the Red Pyramid in Saqqara, the Stepped Pyramid, and a number of the tombs in the Valley of the Kings.
So
but yes, I was in. It was one of the last couple years of being able to go into the Great Pyramid before they closed it off.
All right, I am 100% so jealous. 1, 2. Follow-up question: the erosion on the Sphinx, wind or water? There's only one correct answer.
No, there's not though.
There so is.
There's not though, because the Sphinx was much, much, much older than everybody says it is.
Yes.
And then it's been recarved multiple times. And the bottom part actually shows signs of water erosion, but the top part clearly was altered multiple times by man.
Yes, that's the answer I was looking for.
You shouldn't whisper.
I know, I'm sorry. That was the answer I was looking for. I'm so excited.
But according to ancient alien historians, there was a whole nother story there.
Yeah, so I don't follow too much about the ancient aliens, but I am infatuated with ancient Egypt. So that's why I was, because the striations on the bottom of the Sphinx look to me so much like water erosion that you find on like cliffs of like England and Ireland. Like they match up so similar. So, and water, as we know, wasn't there till before the Younger Dryas period of 10,000 BC. So yeah. So anyway, that's the geekiness in me coming out.
So stay tuned for Egypt Part 2 podcast.
Yes. Yes. Stay tuned for Egypt by Frank. Ching!
And Office Conspiracy Theories.
Yeah. So I am so jealous, and you have no idea how jealous I am. No idea.
So have you been following, I know Robert Edward Grant has been publishing videos and doing a few seminars and stuff. Have you been following any of the new stuff that he's been sharing regarding the pyramids?
I have not. No.
So he recently...
I tend to get, like a lot of the Egyptian stuff, I see it and then I'm just like, ugh. But no, I have not heard anything of what he's uncovered. So I would be interested.
So yeah, he's been talking about, I'm going to mess this up, but the room, what is the main room? Is it the
King's Chamber?
Is the King's Chamber. Thank you. I was drawing a blank. Thank you. But he was talking about the carvings and the stuff that's on the wall, and he was drawing connections to alien life form and everything like that. So it's fascinating. not enough time to kind of talk through it, but I would love to talk through it at one point.
Right.
But he's just got some new stuff that he's been sharing, and it's been making a few waves.
Yeah, I think as a scientist, right, you have to you can't always use aliens as the answer or the paranormal as the answer, although
you're missing me shake my head right now.
Literally, my husband is glaring at me with angry eyes right now and shaking his head, and he's like, "That's exactly how you know."
Dave and I are on the same page. Karen, you and Frank are on the same page. But no, you do bring up a good point. Just got to balance the two.
I kind of
a little bit of both.
I line up with more of Graham Hancock's version, that there's just a lost chapter of human civilization that, due to most likely what happened during the Younger Dryas, where probably it was comet impact into the ice shelves in North America that resulted in this great flood that every single ancient civilization writes about.
Mm-hmm.
That tells me that
they all forget that the floods and everything, everyone talks about it at some point.
Right.
And it's not just the floods in all of the culture's history, but if you go across the planet, there are similarities in art and architecture. Like the pyramid is a very similar shape for, if you look at, South American architecture. If you go to, Cambodia, there are pyramids, and there are sacred spaces, and there are obelisks, and obviously there had to have been a connection that spanned the entire globe. I mean,
yeah,
you would just assume, and yes, but the floods are everywhere. Every history has a flood.
Right, and that, to me, that tells that something did happen, opposed to everyone just had the same story, because not everyone, according to current history, was connected that way. So yeah, no, I agree. See, Karen and I know what we're talking about, guys.
Just some of the time.
So
this was not how I was expecting.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, me neither. I was ready to talk about
ghosts.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about my band, and then that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the floods.
Let's
do it.
Yeah, no, 100%. And I'm sorry, Lynette and Dave, it's not aliens. Okay?
Don't forget, Bree.
You have no proof that it's not.
You and Sukalakis.
The pyramids could be energy sources, is what it is.
Uh-huh.
Well, of course.
By shortwave radio, that's how they did it.
Right. I mean, the pyramids, I think, were definitely more like an energy factory, like a large battery. And because there was never any sarcophagi found in any pyramid. Am I correct, Karen?
Well, no, you're not correct.
Okay.
Ooh,
I'm okay. I'm okay being wrong. I'm okay, guys.
I love it when you're wrong.
But I will say that the pyramids, as compared to the other tombs and the other chambers, were quite different than other burials in ancient Egypt.
Sure. But then also, we don't even have the technology today to move some of those stones that they were able to move supposedly 3,500 years ago.
Right.
So I mean, I would love to find out how they did it. Probably with I personally think, so this is going to be me going off of my tangent now. I think it had to do something with sound energy. So
that's what they're doing more research now, that it's all tonal. Like, you can reach certain frequencies that will levitate a little bit, can move the stone because the stone's porous, and there's a lot coming out now as that portion of it goes.
Yeah. So I have this theory that time travel is possible, and it has to do with more sound frequency than anything else. And the reason I came up with that is that, when you guys hear a song from, your past, you can get transported back, and you could taste what you're tasting, smell the same smells, have those same feelings, which is in essence a time travel. And I think that kind of holds the key. These sound vibrations can take us. We just need to figure out how. So I have my own little personal, and mind you, I am an idiot.
Yes.
I am as stupid as can be, and these are my thoughts. So I could be 100% wrong, but that's just my own personal theories. Would you guys like to comment on that?
I mean, Motley Crue takes me straight back to Mad Dog 2020 and Party Balls.
Listen, Celine Dion gives me erections like you wouldn't believe. No, I'm just joking.
Canadian erections, they're no good though.
No. Nothing good ever came from my erections, so I get it.
Pun intended.
Pun intended. Well, yeah, this is awesome. So let me get back to Dave. Dave, how do you pronounce your last name?
It's Schock.
Schock. Karen, how do we pronounce your last name?
We're married. You can just
call you Schock as well.
Schock.
Shocks, the Shocks. Okay, good. So, so you guys are into both ghosts and cryptids. What do you think Mothman? You guys brought up Mothman. You guys been to the Mothman Museum. You've been to Point Pleasant, obviously, right?
Right.
Yep.
What is your theories on Mothman?
That's a hard one to start with, actually, of all the cryptids.
No, you know what? There wasn't many sightings, and
Right.
they really have only like claimed that Mothman has come around maybe once or twice. And so it is, I like to believe in the myth of the moth.
I was forgotten, and you reached out to me.
As Jesus says, whatever you do for the least of these, you do unto me. Support a child in his name through Compassion International at compassion.com/unto me.
Lowe's knows you've got a job to do, and we help get it done. With the MyLowe's Pro Rewards program, eligible members save more with volume discounts on qualifying orders through a quote of $2,000 or more. Join for free today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Offer can't be combined with any other discount, contract, and/or special pricing. Exclusions, more terms, and restrictions apply. Details at lowes.com/terms. Subject to change.
Are you ready to get spicy?
These Doritos Golden Sriracha aren't that spicy.
Maybe it's time to turn up the heat.
Or turn it down. It's time for something that's not too spicy. Try Doritos Golden Sriracha.
Spicy.
But not too spicy.
Mothman.
Mm-hmm.
It was a tragic thing that happened in Point Pleasant with, the bridge breaking and so many people dying, and what a terrible thing. But just like so many small town Americana, that is their entire revenue.
Mm-hmm.
And, I've never seen Mothman, so I can't say if he existed or not. But, a lot of times with all these cryptids, it's like, man, there's so many blurry photos with all the technology we have. Like, why are they all blurry?
Right.
They're all blurry photos.
All blurry photos. That's what I never understand too. I was like, they're always blurry.
But we've talked about this before.
We have, and it still mind baffles me.
Yeah, but mind baffles you?
Yes.
Okay, English has to be your second language.
It's my only language.
I don't think. All right. So, so we talk about this. So the blurry picture, everyone's like, oh, it's blurry. It's got to be, da. But then when there's a clear picture of some sort of UFO or whatever, it's like, oh, it is too clear. It's got to be fake. I feel as though no matter which way we go, no one's going to be satisfied with the evidence that's obtained.
Right. It's all down to personal experience, and you can't convey personal experience to make somebody else to believe it. So I hear you.
I mean, we actually travel a ton all across the country.
Mm-hmm.
But if you take someone from Chicago that's never seen an actual forest, like the hills in West Virginia or up and down Tennessee, those are so dense and so dark and deep. And that's a whole nother experience. There can be things in there that you would never imagine. I'm sure there's parts of the forest that they've never actually checked out, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and that's a great segue into Bigfoot, just because I believe that a creature like a Bigfoot not only is possible, but probably does exist. And one of the biggest pushbacks I get when I talk to someone, it's like, oh, well, we've never found a body. And I'm like, yeah, you're right, we haven't. But we know bears exist. Have we ever come across the dead carcass of a bear before? How?
Maybe they collect their own. You never know.
Well, that, or just, they just decompose and there's scavengers in the forest that just, eat up the meat. as is, just like with like a bear carcass, especially if their community is smaller than a bear's, community. So, there's reason to believe why we've never come across a dead Bigfoot, but I definitely think they believe, or I believe that they exist, just because there's way too many sightings and different types, and the possibility of something that big with such a small number still exists is so possible. Because, like you said, Dave, it's so deep and
it's inaccessible.
Treacherous,
it's
right?
Steep, it's cliffy, it's just like the bottom of the ocean. Like, we don't know, we've not found every single thing down there either.
Right.
That shit terrifies me. That's what me up at night.
That's what you do.
That's right. You found something else.
Not watching the Meg 3. That's for sure.
The Meg. I love it.
Those were good movies. Stupid movies, but good movies.
Hey, Lynette, have you ever done a movie before?
No.
All right.
No.
We can't talk about movies with Lynette. She doesn't watch TV at all.
Mm.
I know, right?
I mean, it's not true, but it's still very limited.
I'm going to say every once in a while we find something
Every
she
once
watched.
in a while.
So let me get your guys' beliefs on Bigfoot. What do you think it is? Because there's so many different theories on what it can be. What do you guys think it is?
I mean, I've actually started to take my studies and reading interest towards the Nephilism. So it seems to be a lot of conversation going that way, that they either are Nephilism or descendants of Nephilism. And that's why I kind of brought up, maybe they collect their own, maybe they actually have their own burial system, much like humans do. That could be one of the reasons why we've never seen them. Also, they are in dense forests where they could have caves or an underground city, which that sounds crazy, but who knows what type of civilization they might have. That's kind of where I'm taking my readings towards, and my studies, I guess. As I said, it's all Nephilism. So
when you say Nephilism, do you mean like the biblical Nephilim from pre-flood era?
Correct.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what do you think the Nephilim were then? Do you think they were really fallen angels or
angels? Yeah.
So
that's what it seems like. Again, there's all these histories that point towards that.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's got the flood story. Everyone seems to have a Nephilism story.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I'm just kind of steering myself that direction.
Yeah.
But it's intrigued me as a possibility as what a lot of these may be.
Yeah. No, I'm.
And I think I don't go that route. So where I kind of lean is, there was a time where there was more than one human type primate in the earth, right? Like, and that could have been a flood, but there, I believe, the Homo sapiens and the Neanderthals were very, very close in the same time, and could, honestly, could a Bigfoot type thing be a hominid that just never evolved the same way that Homo sapiens did?
Yeah. No, I kind of, my beliefs kind of meshes those two.
That is such a season 1 X-Files answer.
Believe it or not, I never watched the X-Files till about 7 years ago. Yeah. Isn't that weird?
Just a little bit.
Sorry. I got laid in high school. So I'm just joking. No, I didn't.
And never since.
And never since.
My wife is still a virgin, so. She's gonna hate that.
So do you consider Yeti and Bigfoot and I don't know, all these other names, Sasquatch, all to be the same? Or what are your guys' thoughts with that?
I would think so, because they're just different regions. This is
just different races of the same hominid species.
That's what I would categorize as. Yeah.
Karen, Dave,
I would agree to that. Just it's all regional then.
I really think that Yeti, I'm not even sure if I would classify them as hominid. I would kind of classify them as their own entity. I don't know. I mean, we've never found one, so we really don't know. But there are so many stories. Like you talk about in Nepal, in the mountains there. You even talk about American natives they have their own stories of Bigfoot and dealing with them and having wars with them, if I remember correctly. I think you guys, Dave, you should be able to speak on that. Weren't there like Native American stories about having?
I want to say yes, that the word that they were wars against taller people.
You're right.
So I don't want to, I don't want to say Nephilim again, but there was some type of battle.
Yeah, no, you could. No, I mean, you could definitely say Nephilim and say what your belief system is. No one should have any issues with that. No one. So.
Mm-mm. I think the Native Americans are just, riddled with skinwalkers and Thunderbirds and Dogman and, even like the ancient Anasazi in Arizona. Like there's so many rumors about, they were aliens and, with the Hopi, they thought that there was supernatural as well. So, I mean, I'm sure that there's some sort of.
Man, we sprayed raw fields, don't we?
Yeah, we do. We like a lot of weird stuff.
No, this is great. This is exactly the conversations that like Lynette and I have all the time. So this is awesome.
Yes.
This is like a normal
There's
conversation.
There's others out
for
there
us.
like us.
Yes.
We're all nerds together.
Yes.
Oh, 100,000%. Yes. I love it. So yeah. So, oh God, there's so many things running through my head right now because I was totally thrown off guard with this. I love it. So with you guys, so what are some of your favorite hotspots? I know you guys mentioned the Mothman, like you guys also do paranormal investigating. So let's kind of like circle back to that for a minute. What were some of your favorite hotspots that you guys have been to? And what was some of the best evidence that you guys have either personally experienced or caught on audio or video?
We actually have had some pretty cool personal.
God, pick one. You start.
Yeah, so I think one of the earlier ones that we did together, which is where we found out that dead people like to talk to me. We were at it was the St. Louis Civil War battle round, right? The Civil War cemetery in New Orleans. And this was the major battle where, they had National Cemetery. Where the Lafitte, the pirate, like came in and was also assisting with everything, but it's literally these tiny little limestone graves, akin to what Arlington National Cemetery looks like, right? Just like a sea of 30,000 old
uniform
grave sites. Yeah, and that's it. And so we're just walking down, and I have, we have some readers. I have, one on my phone that I like to use that quite, famous people use. And, I'm walking down, I'm always like, asking for names, asking who they are. And it was Alexander. And in a sea of 30,000 graves, I turned to my left and Alexander was at my feet. And it was like, holy shit. Like that's
awesome.
I love those synchronicities, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And we go to New Orleans at least once a year. We try for more, and we always go to the cemeteries that are open to the public, right? You can no longer go to the big cemeteries because of so much vandalism now. You have to go in a group. But we'll go to some of the neighborhood ones, and they're still just as beautiful and fascinating. And we were going down rows and people were just shouting their names off at me left and right. And it was nonstop. And like, there was one, it was like, it kept saying alley. And I'm like, I'm not in an alley. What are you talking about? Like, I'm not in a street. I'm not in an alley. And Dave like yelled, he's like, did you just say alley? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, well, he's right here. And I'm like, oh my God, that's crazy. So that's, I get a lot of names in a lot of cemeteries, but I don't know. You could talk about.
I mean, last year we actually did a true investigation in Edinburg Manor, which is in Iowa. And I only bring it up because you get used to cold spots and you get used to the feeling of a room. But in this location, which was an old mental hospital, I believe.
It was mental hospital. It was a poorhouse. It was an orphanage.
It was used up until recently as well. So when they shut it down with people's stuff still in it. It was crazy.
Oh, wow.
But as we're investigating, it's cold and it's dark. But I just happened to turn a corner, every hair on my body, and I mean every one of them straight up. It was the craziest feeling. I've never felt that much electricity all at once. And then you're like, what is even going on here anymore? Because that's just intense.
And that was where we caught the shadows on the wall
shadows that
on
day.
a video.
We like to use that, like the cat's LED play balls.
Yeah.
So when at the spirits and they light up and they move, we caught video of them moving them around, and that was pretty fantastic.
Wow.
What else? We did the Franklin Castle in Cleveland. We
Yeah,
kind of
fuck
did
that
it.
place.
We didn't get anywhere close to it.
Fuck that place.
Really?
So that like,
wait, which place? I missed it. I'm sorry.
Franklin Castle.
Franklin Castle in Cleveland.
In Cleveland.
It's a private residence, and you can't go in it.
Okay.
But so we saw it on your favorite ghost hunters show.
Was it Ghost Adventures?
I know, because you're the number one fan, and you're the president of the fan club.
He is,
and
secretly.
So we saw it on his show.
Not only do I shit on a picture of his face, I'll then come on it too. I'm not afraid.
But it is known to be very active and very violent, and it's private, so we can't go in. But we were in Cleveland, and
so Karen was actually parked in the car, so I hopped out real quick, and I only made it across the street, and it was just so intense. You couldn't move any closer to it, like you didn't want to. So that was my experience, like just trying to take pictures of the outside of the building. Karen had a totally different experience, still like parking the car, getting out of the car, where I believe I turned around and she yells out, "Ow." And I'm like, what? She's like, something pulled my hair. And on her reader, I believe it said pull.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I think it was like pull hair.
Yeah.
And like that between me and her, we're like, we're done. We're not going any further. If they're already that active across the street, like we don't have to get into this.
No, I for sure got it. I got my hair pulled. I got pushed, and then I felt like I was going to pass out. Like it was like the black was coming into my eyes.
And
like
she was still across the street. She wasn't even close to it.
That's crazy.
I will say the one thing we do not go and try to find dark places. Again, like your favorite TV show.
Right.
I'm not going to be like, bro, I'm going to take down a demon tonight. And honestly, like, I believe that, you go in with your intentions and you feel those intentions. So if you go in with a good heart and a good mind, you are likely going to have a decent experience. You're not going to have negative. But sometimes there are places that are just dark, and we were not prepared for that, so we didn't continue on that adventure.
And then we did. I don't know if you guys are all in Chicago or around Chicago, but close to Norridge.
Yeah,
I know
Monument Park, the Reed Dunning Memorial Monument Park, which it has stones for orphans, for victims of Chicago fire.
Yeah, the Reed Dunning was a hospital, and then it was an orphanage. It was a poorhouse. Again, it was one of these multi-use things, but it was around since the Chicago fire. So it had victims of the Chicago fire. It had massive Civil War.
There's 9 plaques, I believe.
Yeah, there's 9 plaques, and they said that there's like 30,000 people there as well.
So it's an old potter's field essentially.
Yeah.
But I literally ran an EMF meter everywhere, over every ounce of that place. I ran EVP the whole time. I got nothing. I didn't feel anything, got nothing at all. Karen, however, came across the girls' orphanage plaque, and the boys' orphanage plaque, where of course she started to have a conversation. So, of course they're giving her names, she's talking to them, whatever. And we're finally getting ready to leave. It's like, okay, goodbye. We had a great time. And I believe the message she got was, I really like this, or something to the effect of it. She had it like an Avengers button pin, actually like a pin to her bag, fall straight to the ground. And at that point, well, if you like it that much, that's yours.
Yeah.
So of course you got to pick it up and leave it there.
Yeah.
Because that's just it's just too strange.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we've
We've
also
everywhere.
Yeah, we get a lot of photo and video evidence too, right? Because it's also like, again, you can say that these things come up on your phone and you experience these things, but it's different when you actually like, here's a thing, And so we we did one of the ghost tours in Chicago. I think it was a haunted history one or whatever, but it was, it was a lot of fun. And so, they talked about the fire at one of the Chicago theaters, right? And basically a lamp got caught. I mean, it killed everybody in the theater. It was packed. And the problem was in the back, in the alleyway, right? The door was
blocked the fire door.
Right. They blocked the fire door because it was pull and not push.
Oh.
And so everybody got slammed up against the door. And if you didn't die from the gas asphyxiation, you got trampled to death. And it was crazy. And so for people that maybe not know, it's like when you talk about orbs, you talk about photos, like basically you stand in one spot and you just shoot photos, right? And you don't look at them. And so I was standing and I was looking down the alley and I was kind of looking at the back door where, this awful tragedy happened, and I'm just hitting stuff. And we leave. And then we get in the bus, and then I look down and I'm like, holy shit. Like, you can see there's actually a still of the photos where an orb appears, it goes down the door and then kind of down the alley and then disappears. But it's clearly like I'm fast repeating. I'm not moving. The light's not changing. It was.
We had the same thing with the Bell Witch Caves.
Yeah.
A lot of orbs in the Bell Witch Caves.
Yeah, that is my bucket list, is the Bell Witch.
That's a lot of extra exploring. Like, you have to get down on your knees and you get wet, and you're climbing through rocks for sure.
I think you're referring to my bedroom right now.
They rebuilt the house, or they moved the house. So the house they have standing is not the actual house
right
from the stories.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty fascinating. You get a real feel of living in a farmhouse at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, that's definitely on my list. Wow, you guys have had some crazy fucking stories together. That's amazing.
We had a great one at the old Joliet prison, which is worth doing if you can get out there for
that's fun.
One of the spring tours. They can do it, like they can lead you, or you can do it yourself, but that's exploration at its best.
Yeah.
Joliet. But they have an old church on site there. The old jail chapel.
Yeah, jail chapel.
She starts talking to people. I'm like, I'm gonna go explore over here and duck behind this fence and maybe duck under this fence and be in places I shouldn't be. And she starts talking to this one. And what did they?
And I was at the door of the old chapel, and literally it comes across my phone. It says "No priest," and I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Oh man, okay,
yeah, no priest here.
Oh, so
we've hit a lot of like Midwest stuff.
Yeah,
we were really hoping to hit some more this year.
You wanted to, let's say, Axe Murder House.
Yeah, we were hoping to go to the Axe Murder House and then the Squirrel Cage Jail in Omaha. But with my being a touring musician, I'm playing so many shows that we're not going to be able to do a fun fall paranormal.
Well, let me know what your schedule looks like, because I think you guys do too, Bree and Lynette, want to go back to Villisca.
I'd go back, yeah.
Yeah, I've been there twice. I've been there one time with Lynette, one time with Bree, and I would love to go back a third time because it's pretty unique, and you guys are welcome to come with us.
That would be great.
Yeah.
And it's very close to the Omaha Squirrel Cage Jail prison,
mm-hmm.
And then there's also a sanatorium on the Missouri side that has some dark history.
Is that the Glore Hospital?
Yes, that is it. It is Glore.
Yeah, in St. Joseph, Missouri.
Yep.
Yeah. No, I mean,
really
the whole town of St. Joe's is
all
messed
three.
up.
Yeah, no, we can do the trifecta. I'm good with that. I usually call that a blonde, brunette, and redhead, but we can do our own. That's fine. So actually, this is probably a good segue to go into that. Karen is one of two members of the musical band out of Chicago called BELLHEAD. How would you describe your music, Karen?
Yeah, I guess you can label us as post-punk.
Mm-hmm.
For people that may have no idea what that means. We fall into a rock kind of category. We've been described as a more electronic White Stripes. We've been described as, a little less heavy Jesus and Mary chain, so we have a lot of it's very much in the rock vein, but we have hints of punk, of industrial, of goth. We blend genres very well.
Yeah, you do.
But the fun thing about us is that we're a two-piece, but we both play bass. We both play bass live, and we both sing, and that's it. And we have backing tracks. There's no guitar ever will be in our band ever. So everything you hear is essentially two basses and stuff we make on our computer, and we replicate that live. And our shows are enjoyable. We tour relentlessly all over the United States on our own. We also open for bands. We've opened for goth bands like Clan of Zymox. I'm going to be opening for 80s band Gene Loves Jezebel. We've opened for new metal band like Power Man 5000 and Flaw. So we really kind of spin and sway between all the genres. But what's super cool is that I kind of get to blend my love of the dark and spooky with the rock and roll. And we are part of a really cool event in August on the 3rd. Yes. And if you can give the details, because I don't know everything. So I was just, you're going to go up and play. And I'm like, all right.
Because I follow all this stuff. So there's actually a paranormal convention happening in Madison on the 3rd. And they call it the Pararock the Annex. It might be the inaugural event. But they've got like Dave Schrader from the Holzer Files just showing up to be like the main speaker. They've got people from, 28 Days Haunted, like the Netflix show. So there's going to be like tarot readers. Like, it's an actual convention, and at night they're going to have bands play.
Yeah, and I know like there's for sure going to be like there's Reiki people. They're supposed to do like an actual like get in a bus and go to a paranormal site and do investigations too.
It's like, I want to meet Dave Schrader, so you're going to play this gig.
All right, so
Frank's
Dave,
bestie. Well,
so
not bestie.
Dave, I'm acquaintances with Dave Schrader. I wouldn't say
Really?
I'm friends. Yeah. So I've met him several times, and I'm sure I haven't seen him in years, but I'm sure when I do, we're going to give each other a big hug and say hi.
If he remembers you.
Oh, please.
What color
bitch.
was
He
your
probably
hair the
won't
last
recognize
time
you
saw him?
without me.
Oh, please. I am so memorable. I don't know.
I mean,
I hate
he's got
it.
a face for radio for sure.
Oh, dude, I say that all the time. I agree. My wife always, I've been trying to figure this out.
Tired of paying for channels you don't watch? Well, a new Select package by Sling gives you a curated lineup of live and on-demand TV you actually want. With channels like Fox News, NFL Network, FX, and more, starting at $19.99 a month. There's even some 4K content. And in select markets, subscribers get local broadcast networks too. No long-term contract, no hassle. Just the live TV you love. Sling lets you do that. Visit sling.com to learn more. Restrictions apply.
My wife always asks me to put a bag over my head right before sexy time. I don't understand why. But
I thought you said she was a virgin.
well, I mean,
He
she's a
refuses
virgin
to put the bag on his head, so it never happens.
because I'm so short.
Amish soaking thing.
I'm so short. I have not penetrated the hymen yet.
Jesus.
It's that tantric studies you do. You get it.
Yeah, right. So I am trying to plan on going to Pararock on August 3rd. So if I do, I would love to introduce you guys if you're a big fan of his.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
would love to. Yeah.
It's
Awesome.
funny, like what TV shows, like we don't watch TV shows, we would just watch YouTube and paranormal shows.
Yeah.
And then that's what we do.
Yeah,
Everyone's like, have you watched
The
this
dragon,
TV
whatever
show?
the dragon.
I'm like, no. I'm like, but we're almost current with Oak Island. God damn those assholes that they can this is like on 10 years.
We love it.
And where I am hooked and I am committed. I am going to follow them until the day they die or find gold in that damn hole that they've been digging for 10 damn years.
That's for not being a paranormal show. Like that is the perfect show for the two of us. Cause the archaeologist in her, like she always like talks about the digs and what they're doing. And they go into this, like I'm all about the history, the medieval times and the knights and these studies and the numerology
Templars.
and the Templars. Like that's my jam right there.
Yeah, no, that is a perfect show for you guys to just dive into and just hate each other and the show.
Exactly.
We have made a drinking game out of it, so that works too.
Oh, nice.
I love it.
There's a lot of drinking games on Discovery or History.
Yeah, well, there is, and I'm not sure if you've noticed in our little link. I've been drinking this whole time.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I am trying to be there. So tell me more about this. So Dave, I'm assuming you do a lot of their promoting, or what is your role?
It's funny. I've been in the music industry now for probably 30 years.
Oh, wow.
But I have done everything there is to do except for be a musician.
Okay.
From A&R to label, I ran a label, to management, to tour management, to DJ, to all that stuff, to handle media and press. So I just kind of throw my expertise that way. I'm the guy behind the guy, the face behind the face.
I'm just the talent.
I feel the same way, Karen. I'm just a talent here.
Dave does not give himself as much credit as he should. I said he was, co-owner of a pretty successful independent record label and like the goth industrial kind of genre. He's put on massive festivals. He's DJ'd big clubs in Chicago. He's booked huge shows. He's booked small shows. And he's, really done a lot. And it's nice. We're really, the band. We're three. There's Ivan, my bandmate, me, and then Dave. He does booking and promoting and gets us interviews and although I landed this podcast, so yeah, thanks for doing your damn job. Hey, enjoy Paranormal. But it's nice because we're 100% DIY. Like we do everything on our own. So there's no smoke and mirrors. There's not, we don't have label backing. We don't have a booking team. We don't have an A&R team. And just because we, between the three of us have done this for so long that we're able to do this and do it successfully. And, we've, BELLHEAD's been scouted a few times, by smaller labels asking for interest. We've been offered a couple things and we've actually turned them down because it's like, well, this is what I can already do. And these are already in my metrics. And what are you going to give me that I can't do myself? Right. And generally they can't answer that question. And it's like, I'm not going to give up 30%.
Exactly.
When you have a Facebook page with 400 followers on it, like I can do that on my own. Thanks. But we would not be successful without Dave's knowledge and experience as kind of, the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain, helping us along.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. I think,
and I also will have to say, like, the great thing is like, I'm working with my husband and my best friend, and, you hear so many stories about like, jealousy or paranoia, and like, there are not many people out there that would let their wife go on the road and share a hotel room with a guy for 8 to 10 days. And I have a husband who books that tour for me, and it's just to get me out of the house and read comic books and eat pizza for a week.
Yeah.
But he, Dave also does come with us too. So, he's doing this, we're playing this weekend. We're going to be out of town, Friday the 19th, we're in Nashville, we're in St. Louis. But then at the end of August, we're doing a run of 6 days. We're going out to Colorado and Albuquerque, and Dave's going to be with us for that. So it's nice, he does come with us for quite a few of the shows too.
New Orleans.
Yeah. And then we're doing a festival, goth post-punk industrial festival in New Orleans in October, Dark City Fest, and Dave will come with us for that. And then we built an extra day. I'm like, I'm not going down to New Orleans to not join
spooky hunting.
Yeah, I got to go visit my cemeteries and eat some crawfish.
Which the last time we were there, like I've done all of the tours there is to do in New Orleans. In and out, I could give you the full tours word for word the way they give them. But so I reached out to people, like I wanted to find actually a paranormal group and actually do
ghost hunting.
Yeah.
We got the contact, like go to this guy, call this guy, talk to this guy. So we ended up in a group that took us to a voodoo princess's house.
Oh, shit.
Well, it
Wow.
was their house.
Yeah.
But they took us like 2 courtyards back to where the slaves' quarters were. And it was phenomenal.
Yeah.
So, and they brought out all the toys. So we had never used, what's the stick figure?
Oh, the SLS?
SLS.
Camera.
We've never used one until then. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So we focused on this little garden, had full activity, the cat's balls. It would touch
Full
it
conversations.
was, but yeah, and then we actually got to see with the stick figure, which was great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So yeah, hopefully when we go to New Orleans, we'll do some more stuff. Play a rock show and then do some spooky shit.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
and my bandmate will sit there and roll his eyes.
Oh,
So
is he a
he's not
skeptic?
into it?
He is not. He is just a bump on the log.
What's the actual lyric that he wrote into the song? But you feel the spirit, but the spirit doesn't move.
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah.
Wait, say that again?
Doesn't move me.
What's the actual lyric?
Don't ask me what my lyrics are.
I believe she sings that she feels the spirit, but the spirit doesn't move me. So he wrote that in one of the songs.
Asking me how my songs go? I don't know.
Right. I mean, come on. She only sings them. She doesn't know them.
Ivan actually said I had practice earlier today with him, and we were getting ready, packing up and getting ready for the shows this weekend. And I brought up New Orleans, and he's like, I don't know, I may just stay in the hotel the whole day that you guys are going to be in New Orleans, and at least I'll have peace and quiet, and you guys can go do whatever you want to do. And I'm like, fine.
That's awesome. Well, I mean, just to back up for a moment, just you guys talking about, Dave booking the hotels where you, Karen, and Ivan stay in the hotel together for a few days alone. I mean,
that whole story. That's the first thing that you.
Yeah, because I can relate to that. I can relate to that because it speaks to the strength and trust that you guys have in your relationship, which I think is a must in every relationship, whether it be husband and wife, friend and friend. Because my wife does the same thing. Most of the people I go ghost hunting with, I find are to be women, and I stay overnight with them. I stay in hotel rooms with them. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I am not much to look at. Like, I get it, but I do prey on the desperate, and a lot of these women are desperate. So, oh please, I've seen both of your husbands. All right, you guys are desperate.
Oh, really?
So, no, but I mean, but again, that speaks to your relationship and how strong and how much it's built on trust, that you don't even bat an eye either way of being in these, to the outside person, to the layman, be compromising positions when they really aren't, and that just talks to.
I mean, I'll tell you this: like 25-year-old me thought the rock star lifestyle is completely different as the 52-year-old me, because now it's all just spreadsheets, text, emails, text, tears, more tears, shows,
accounting.
Text. Yes, it's all math.
It is
not
now. It is not sex, drugs, and rock and roll. It is accounting and spreadsheets.
I don't know about anybody else, but all I think about is sex, drugs, and rock and roll. So I try incorporating that into my stays with these ladies, and they don't buy it at all. So.
Nope.
We take the drugs before the show. We take all the aspirin before the show to make it through the show.
Agreed. Nowadays, you're right. Like, I do a lot of Advil. It's
just as long as it's not Tylenol PM.
Fresh Advil.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm
Tylenol.
really excited. I booked my knee cortisone shots for a week before we start the Colorado tour.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
Yeah. Well, my Brianna brought up Tylenol PM. Here's a funny story you guys may or may not appreciate. So.
It was awesome. I wish I was there.
When she got married, her husband invited me to his bachelor party. So it was 2020. It was October of 2020. So right in the middle of COVID. Yeah. So we were able to find a golf course that was open. So we golfed. And then afterwards, we were going to go to, where did we go at the dinner?
Gibson's.
We went to Gibson's in Rosemont.
You were excited about how big those steaks were.
Yeah, I love big steaks. And then we went to Heavenly Bodies in Elk Grove Village. That was like one of the few. I know.
I'm assuming you know what that is.
I know.
How is that even still open?
Oh, it was.
It's not anymore. It closed down, I think, now.
Did it really?
Yeah.
So
Heavenly Bob.
I usually take about 6 to 7 ibuprofens just to feel better.
Yeah.
And I stopped at a liquor store. I grabbed a 12-pack of beer and a handle of Jack. And we go back to the hotel. We got a hotel room. And I proceeded to take 6 ibuprofen. And I took it with beer. And then I started to drink like a monster. And I felt the entire night, I felt like somebody fucking drugged me. Like I was at Heavenly Bodies fighting to stay awake. And so it was horrible. So I finally called it a night at midnight. And for the next month, I felt so depressed because I was a rock star. I was the guy that can go 48 hours partying. And I'm like, I got old overnight. I was so depressed till one day I was at work and I'm like, I got a headache. And I remembered I still have my bag from the bachelor party in the back of my car because I'm a slob as well. And I went to go grab it. And on the bottle, I see PM. I took 6 ibuprofen PM, then drank like a monster for the next 6 hours and finally passed out. So then I look at myself, I'm like, I'm a fucking rock star. I roofied myself and then drank a lot for 6 hours and finally passed out. That is rock star status.
It was more funny too because the whole
I can one up you right there.
Oh, please do. Please do.
I was at a bachelor party with a bunch of my friends. It was when the clown drugged us.
Oh,
and then I got clown.
A clown?
You got drugged by a clown?
Was it John Wayne Gacy?
Drugged by a stripper clown.
Oh
my God.
Maybe it makes it better.
That was me.
The guy who does our music videos, John Weaver. So if I'm gonna go down in flames talking about clown strippers, I'm Paul Rodriguez. So it was me, John Weaver's getting married. His wife knew we were taking him to a strip club. My husband knew we were going to a strip club. Ivan was with us, and so there's a big group of us, and we go to one of the strip clubs in the Chicagoland area, and we roll in. I mean, and they're like, that's our mark. And we know that's our mark because we clearly rolled in. We had money, we had booze. It was bad. And that night we specifically picked this strip club because there was a clown stripper that was going to be there and would put, one of those things that you blow and it like extends and then it curls back in.
It's called a penis.
You're like a children's toy. No, it's not a kazoo, but it's like a kazoo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does that even have an official name?
You blow it and then it extends out and it usually has a little tassel at the end of it and then it curls back up. Well, she blew that, extended that out, but didn't use her mouth.
Oh. I love it. Was it her butthole?
It was not her butthole.
Oh, even better.
Yes. Her ear. but things got real fuzzy and we don't remember most of that night. One of the guys left early. The next day he's like, I got roofied, I got drugged. That was our friend Dreg, and for our friend Dreg to say that somebody drugged him, it's gotta be, it had to have been pretty extensive, but there was like a blackout night, and I have a few photos on my phone, kind of getting Bernie style, where I'm like, oh
my God.
Oh. But then we all got the worst flu for a week, like high fever, shivers, aches. So we all said that we got clown flu.
Oh.
But yeah, that's one of the many nights where I'm like, husband, there was a clown, there's a stripper.
We call that too.
I'm sorry, I feel dirty.
That's amazing.
I don't know if I'll ever hear a story that tops that.
I'll send you some photos of like the
stripper club.
There's not any stripper photos, but there's actually a video of me falling out of the sunroof of a car with an air horn.
Oh gosh.
I don't know. It was fantastic. It was.
Sounds like a good time.
All right,
it was a good time.
I really think that the 8 of us need to go out on the town because this could be amazing.
Amazingly terrible idea, but all in.
Oh, so wow, that took a real left turn.
That was the best turn ever.
So I don't even know where to go from there.
I love that you made him speechless. This is awesome.
It doesn't happen very often, guys. So since Ivan, your bandmate, isn't big on the paranormal, how much of the paranormal does influence though your music and inspire songs or lyrics? I'm sorry, you guys cut out there. I couldn't hear you guys.
So there are tornado warnings in the area. I was getting alerts on my phone this whole time, so there is a possibility they might have had a power outage.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to try to get back on. So,
but yeah, there's just
stripper
some storms
clowns.
in the area. Stripper clowns.
Yeah, but stripper clowns, that sounds fantastic.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
I know what Frank's going to be for Halloween this year.
Yeah, I'm going to be a stripper clown.
You got to practice with that kazoo thing.
I know. Do I use my pee hole for that?
Your pee hole.
I don't know. Can you blow from it?
You may use your butthole instead. Because you blow out of it anyways.
I could do something with it. I don't know if I could, blow air. I could pee out of it. Is that the same thing? No. So they left the Zoom.
Yeah, we probably give them like another 5 minutes.
So we're going to just have to fill this dead air with what?
I want to go to New Orleans.
What would you do in New Orleans?
Every little thing about ghost and paranormal possible.
But you probably have to leave Brian home, huh?
Yeah, I would.
Would he even go to that city?
He would. Yeah, he would.
Because I mean, it's like the whole place is haunted, infested with
as long as there's no dolls there.
Is that it? It's the doll situation?
Yep.
All right. I mean, that's fine. So, do you think we should find a replica of Robert doll and put it in your bedroom?
Can we please?
Yes. They're coming back on. Are we back?
You can fix that in post, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. We're good.
That's not even going to get fixed. Don't worry about it, guys. That's not a big deal. We're professionals here.
You actually had a great question, though. I don't know if Karen heard what you were asking her.
Oh, the songs.
Yeah.
Yes. A lot of our songs are. Yeah, Ivan likes to say he likes singing about unreliable narrators, and he likes people to figure out the story on their own. But you know,
the last survivor of a shipwreck.
Yeah.
What are they, the hero, or did they cause it, or you have to question that?
Yeah, and then we have a song called Frankenstein, and it's actually written
for me.
It's yeah, so we have a song called Frankenstein that's not about the monster, that's about the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of our songs are very, very much influenced by kind of dark and mysterious, and even like unicorns. One of the Baba Yaga, that we bring. Yes, to tie them all together, Unicorn Bones does sing about topless dancers and Baba Yagas, so and necromancers. We do, and I would say, and actually, funny enough, Ivan does basically 98% of the lyric writing. So for somebody that's not really big into supernatural stuff, he's really can write quite a bit about it.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Like, so since we've talked initially, I have gone back and listened to a few more songs of yours, and I do like them. That's not. I don't BS. I don't lie. I don't, blow smoke up people's asses. But the one song that I keep going back and back to is that one Valentine song. I really, really love the lyrics to that song. That for
nice. Thank you.
Yeah, that for some reason, like it just hits me just right. And yeah, what was the name of it? I'm so bad with names of songs. I'm sorry.
No, I mean that's Valentine.
It's just Valentine. Oh, so there we go. I hit it out of the park in the first try. I love it. So does
plus gold star.
Yeah. So is Ivan just a cold cut skeptic of the paranormal period, or does he have some sort of belief system that just whatever we do doesn't fit into it?
really talk too much about it.
Okay.
I guess I know what we're going to talk about on tour this weekend.
I mean, his biggest influence is probably the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Nice.
That's his jam.
Yeah.
So he doesn't sing about the creature, but that's always there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. So as we kind of like wind down here, what are some of your upcoming projects, either both with the band and just personally in investigations that you guys have going on?
Yeah. So we have quite a few shows coming up. Hopefully we're not, I know my internet's pretty spotty right now. So this weekend on the 19th, we're playing in Nashville. On the 20th, we're in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. We're doing the Para Rock. I said we're doing a full tour. You know, we're going to have about 35 shows this year, which is pretty crazy for an independent band. You know, and everybody can find all of our information, all the socials, right? We're on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify. If you just look up BELLHEAD, bellheadband.com will get you anywhere you need to go. We just recorded an album. It's probably not going to come out until next year, but we have new songs we wrote. And with that, we'll do a video, another music video as well. And then personally, what's on our short bucket list of where you want to go, husband?
I think it was Valencia doing the triangle, doing the Valencia Axe Murder House and the triangle that you talked about.
Yeah.
The Velisca Axe Murder House?
Velisca.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes. That's my accent.
Yeah. Chicago accent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's no, and absolutely, and like I said, we do look forward to going back there. So, you know, if the stars align just right, you guys are welcome to come along. It's not a big deal.
I mean, one of our short bucket lists actually was Brushy Mountain Penitentiary, which we didn't explore it. Like, we're driving in Tennessee. Karen's like, "Turn the car now." Like, what are you talking about? She said, "Turn the car." She saw like a 12-inch sign that said penitentiary that way.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned the car as quick as I can, drove 30 miles up the hills to come to Brushy Mountain, which, if you don't know, Brushy Mountain is famous because it's a prison with only 3 walls.
Yes.
Because the 4th wall is just a giant mountain.
Yes.
So I've always wanted to explore it, and we didn't explore it, but I got out, took pictures, and I saw it. Like, that was a treat for sure.
And I think we obviously want to, I mean, everybody wants to go to Pennhurst, right?
Well,
That's,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That would be cool.
So it's funny that you bring up Brushy Mountain because where I work, I manage the Northeast and Southeast portion of the country sales reps. And one of my sales reps is in Tennessee, and she brought up Brushy Mountain to me. And if she's listening, Angie, you rock. And she brought it up. So it's just so funny that I was just talking about her or with her this week about Brushy, and then you guys bring it up on the podcast. That's awesome.
It's a sign.
It's a sign that we have to go. And she's invited to come with, ladies, just FYI. So when we go, she's coming with, so shut your face.
Shut your face.
So Brushy Mountain. Yeah, you know what? We should just plan that all together soon. That would be awesome. Yeah, again, you two, Karen and Dave, are welcome to as well if the stars align.
Wherever you want to go, we'll go. Let's do it.
Love it.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, yeah. You know, I love making friends. Dave and I are going to
Then they're going to meet you in person and be like, "Oh, shit,
they're going to meet me in person and
into?
be like, I didn't realize how big of a fucker you are."
Yeah.
You know, like I've described myself, which
I didn't know you meant physically. I just meant like your personality.
God.
I fucking hate you guys. You guys are dry humping my last nerve.
You said that earlier today.
Yeah, right. Because you guys are.
Sorry, we hurt your feeling.
I don't have a feeling.
Just one.
That's
your only feeling.
My penis?
God, stop.
So, anyway, where were we? I forgot where we were.
You're talking about spooning.
I think we're wrapping up.
Yeah.
Are we wrapping up already?
There's tornadoes rolling through.
Put a bag on it.
All right.
Put a bag on it.
So yeah, Dave and Garrett, let's stay in touch because I am trying to go to the Pararock, and I would love to meet both of you in person. And if my 2 co-hosts ever, decide on what the fuck they're doing, they can come along too.
Amen.
Love it. Well, definitely we need to talk more. I said there's lots of things that you and I need to converse about.
Yes, I agree.
For hours. So
oh
yeah,
100%. We need to meet halfway at a bar and a restaurant and have dinner and drinks and just chit chat for hours. I would love that.
Done. Yeah, all in.
Awesome. Yeah, so we're gonna sign off here. If you two want to just stay on for a couple more minutes after we sign off, and we'll just kind of close out with each other.
Sounds good.
All right, awesome. Lynette, Bree, anything else you guys want to add?
This has just been fantastic. I love that we covered so much.
Yeah. It was definitely an interesting episode today. I love it.
It was cool.
And I hope we can do another one soon.
Yeah, it was cool. All the ones of listeners, please check out BELLHEAD. They do have really, really good music, and follow them and check out our website. We'll have them up on our guest page and all the spots where they can be reached at. So for that, thank you for listening in to another episode of Fringe
Beyond Limits.